We have learned a lot. So I'll not be sharing about how to generate turnover. I'll be talking about how we make money from all this. See, when we started, most of the leaders started with this opportunity. Our biggest worry was how to generate turnover. We had absolutely no clue how to sell. We had no clue how to do consultations. But one thing we understood from day one was how this opportunity worked. All the maths behind it. I remember sitting with Sam the second day after I got started and understanding this opportunity well, because I had so many questions. I had heard so many bad things about this opportunity, right? So I wanted to get that clarity in my mind. And I feel, personally, I feel I might be wrong here. Personally, I feel today's generation knows how to close 300 PV, 400 PV, but sometimes they don't understand the basics behind the business, how the money is calculated. End of the day, it's a business, right? We all want to help people. We all want India to be obesity free. We want everyone to be healthy. We want everyone to have great skin. But end of the day, we are in a business. We want to make money also. It's important to understand how we make this money, right? So let me just share my screen. All this information is available in the Amway website. I'll just show you that also at the end. So just wanted to tell that, first of all, we have two kinds of login. This might be too basic, but we have two kinds of login. Sometimes new people don't understand when we say PC, preferred customer, right? They can't build business. They don't have income opportunities. They can be signed up without any documents or anything. Just need an email ID and mobile number, which has not been used. Very easy. So all our SWL clients, etc., we sign them up as preferred customers. Then we have the Amway direct seller. Either a preferred customer can be converted to an Amway direct seller, or we can sign up an Amway direct seller directly. Conversion cannot happen after the 25th of the month until the 5th of the next month. So 25th. So today, for example, you cannot convert a PC to a ADS. So if you want to sign up someone, you sign up fresh. Now, an ADS has an income opportunity. They can sign up other ADS. They can sign up other preferred customers. And they have something known as a 30-day sales criteria. We'll talk about that. They also have something known as an annual sales criteria that they need to fulfill. Now, for people who don't know how to know if whether you are a customer or a ADS, if you click on your name, drop down, you will see this here. So I am an ADS partner. Otherwise, you will see PC written here. If you click on this drop down here, you will see who is your sponsor. So my sponsor is Samarjit and Minat. And you can get the sponsor ID as well. Right? So this is how to know whether you are an ADS or a PC. Now, what is the 30-day sales criteria? Even though we say 30 days, Amway gives us an opportunity to convert or do this sales criteria till the end of the next month. For example, if you sign up someone today as an ADS, they have time till the end of the next month. That is May end. If you sign up someone on April 26th or whatever, till May end. So what is the criteria? At least one PC has to be registered under that ADS. That particular PC or a combination of PCs should do at least 1,500 rupees worth of sales to that customers, not a personal purchase of yourself. It has to be through a PCI. All this information you can see on the website. I'll show you. As I told you earlier, you get time till the next month end. And if the above criteria is not met by the end of the next month, they get converted to a PC. You have to be very careful about this, because if they have a team under them, if they have ADS under them, or if they have PC under them, they will use that PC. The PCs will get connected to the ADS about your coach. The team also will get connected to the coach. So it's very important to know how to check this. How to do this? You can come under, everything comes under Business Center. If you come under Business Center and you come under this thing called self-status tracking report or team status, you can check for your entire team also. Right? There is a 30-day sales criteria. All the information is available. You can download in an Excel sheet also. Similarly, you can check out the annual sales criteria. I'll talk about that next. So all this information is available on your website. Please know how to navigate the website and learn about all this. The annual sales criteria is nothing but you need to have 10,000 rupees of sales every year. It is very easy. It's absolutely easy. One single HWL client, your 10,000 is done. And out of this rupees 10,000, this 5,000 must be through 3 personal customers. It cannot be through 1. You need minimum 3 personal customers. Those 3 personal customers at least have to put some order, but a total of 5,000 is good enough. And overall, including this 5,000, a total of 10,000 rupees of sales has to happen. And how do you see that? You go under annual sales criteria, you can see that. So you can see many people, old people who conditions are not met. Right. So they get multiple warnings. It's not like they lose their team immediately. They get multiple warnings. And you can see your own self status tracking report annual sales criteria, which obviously I have met. And you need minimum of 3 and the minimum of 5,000 rupees of turnover, which is all done as you can see. All these things you can quickly check. These are all business hygiene. Just wanted to explain all this. Now we come to the compensation plan. Right? As I told you earlier, it's extremely important not only to know this, but you should know how to explain this to others. Right? Because a lot of people have questions. So there are certain definitions I'll call out. MRP, which obviously is the maximum retail price, the price that you see on the product, that is printed on the product. Now, recently this change has happened that the PC price, that the price that you see in a PC login and the price that you see in an ADS login is different. When I say price, the product price remains the same, but when you go to the last page, when you actually do the payment, you will see on the ADS login, you have a discount period. I'll talk about that. PC price. Business volume is nothing but the ADS price minus tax. That is your business volume. You get turnover. Your turnover is basically your business volume. Trade discount is only on orders done by PC. Right? If your customer has placed some order, you get a percentage back, close to 8% as trade discount back in your bank account. Right? So that is the PC price minus the ADS price. So I'll show you some examples. I have a screen where I'll show these examples. Points. I mean, everyone was talking about PV. Now we use the term called points. Points is nothing but business volume divided by 85. As of today, it is 85. Please note that this 85 can keep changing. Right? They announce it once every few years when the points PV value changes. Now, definition of personal point. There are 2 kinds of points, personal points and team points. Personal points is the products that you purchase for your own personal use, personal points. There is something known as CP, that's your customer points, which is your own personal customers buying products. For all calculation purposes, except for CS, I'll explain all this. Personal points will include both, right? All the products bought by you, or the business volume brought for your own personal usage, as well as your own personal clients buying it. That all adds up. Team points is the sum of all the turnover done by your entire team, which includes your personal purchases, your customers, your entire team of ADS and their customers. Right? So that is the team. Now, I have just taken a protein 1 kilo. So if you see on the website, if you just open up any products, I've taken protein powder only. See, MRP you see is 4306. 3737 is the PC price. This is the price a customer will get it for. Right? And you can see points, 34.28. So all this is available on an ADS login. If it is a customer login, you will see that this particular part, points, will be hidden. You won't show it. Now, even though protein powder is 3737, if you see, when I cart it on an ADS login, you will see that there is an extra discount. The trade discount is discounted immediately. While on a PC login, you will see this line is not there. You won't have the trade discount. So if your PC buys 1 kilo protein powder, they will end up paying the price that you saw earlier, 3737. But if an ADS buys, they get the discount upfront. But for the PC purchase, this money, the trade discount, will be transferred to your bank account, the ADS to whom that PC belongs. I hope this is clear. Please do some study yourself also. For a person who's completely new, it can get a little confusing. So please do refer the website, study all this, understand this, extremely important. Now, commissions, right? first most important thing to understand. Most people know this, but I want to call it out. Your commission percentage, this is how you get commission, right? This is not based on the personal points. This is based on the team points, the total turnover done by your entire organization, right? So that is why Sonam was explaining how important it is to build a team. Because alone, there is a limit to how much turnover that you can do. And this is the case with every business out there. I work for an IT services firm, right? And the number of employees in that IT services firm keeps increasing. And that is how that company makes more and more revenues by getting these people built, by making these people productive. Same thing with our business also. Our business is not any different. We, just like that IT services company did, or like just like any other company out there has to do, we also have to build an organization and make the people in our organization productive. The only difference is that the companies make them employees where there is a fixed salary, right? And you know the problems of appraisal, all those headaches. While here, you are partners where you have a command over the income that you create, right? I'll talk about how you have that command and how that income is created. So I hope everyone knows the commission percentage is multiples of 3 and it starts off from 200. So when you and your team does 200 points, you get 3%. Up to 10,000 points, you get 21% as commission. Okay, now how is this commission calculated? How is it divided between the team? Right? We'll talk about that. So these are the different kinds of commission that is there. One by one, I'll explain this. So we'll talk about personal commission first. Okay. So in this case, there is a team, right? Let's assume that you are here. This is your team, right? You have done 1,200 group PV or team points, as we call it today. 1,200. 600 points is by one team, and team has 200. The third team has 100 points. Right? This is their team point. They might have a team under them. We don't know that. This is team points. Now, if you see, this adds up to 600 plus 200, 800 plus 100, 900, which means 300 points is the personal turnover done by this particular ATS. Right? So personal points is 300 points. And because his team points is 1,200, he is eligible for a 9% commission. As I told you earlier, he gets commission percentage based on the team points. So his team points is 1,200. So he is eligible for 9%. So how much money does he make? He makes the personal points that he did 300 into 9%, and to make it back into money into 85, which is 2,295 X. Right? So that is money, personal commission that he makes when his team has done this much and he has done 300. But please note, this is extremely important to understand that to earn any commission, except for leadership commission, to earn any commission, which is personal, etc., you should have a minimum of 3 different ordering customers that month, which is again extremely easy, but just calling it up. Now, how to check if you have 3 different customers ordering that month? Come to the website, go to Business Center, and come to preferred customer list. Preferred customer list, there will be 3 tabs. Right? Overview, customer list, order history. Go to order history, and you will see who has ordered this month. The month of April, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 orders are there. But if not the number of orders, please note it has to be different customers ordering. For me, in this case, it is 5 different customers. But let us say it was one single customer ordering 5 orders. I still don't meet the criteria. It has to be 3 different customers order. It can be any single product also, doesn't matter. The points doesn't matter. There has to be an order. That is not there. You are not eligible for commission that month. So please do check it end of the month, every single month. Okay. But that is your personal commission. Now, differential commission. So personal commission, good thing is you don't have to share it with anyone. The entire 9%, you get it to yourself. But the group or the differential commission, obviously you will have to share it, right? Because that is not completely done by you. in this case, the same case that I explained earlier, 600 out of the 1,200 points was done by team A. So at 600, they were promised 6%. And that has to be given to them. Right? That has to be given to them. So what will you get? You will basically get the differential. You are at 9%, they are at 6%. So you will get 3% of their turnover as differential commission. So please understand that you can never control A's income. A controls it. If A does 1,200, he will get 9% of it. If A has done, in this case, 600, he will get 6%. That was what was promised to him. He will get that. The remaining is what he will get, which is 3%. In this case, B has done only 200 points, which means they will get 3%. And you are at 9%, which means the remaining 6% is what goes to this person. And in this case, C has not reached 200 points, which is the minimum required for commissions. We'll talk about CSI. So the entire 9% of this turnover goes to. So how much is that? The differential that they will get from A would be, as you can see the calculations, 600 into 3% into 85. Right? So that is how the differential commission is calculated. It comes to around 3,315 rupees in this case. And again, for differential commission, it's important that you have 3 different ordering customers. Okay. Now, retail margin, very rarely do we get this. But if you are selling a product physically, right? You've got a protein powder with you. You're selling it. You saw that the protein powder, the MRP shown is 4,300 something. You bought it for ADS price, obviously, right? And you're physically giving it to someone without the bill, right? And you can collect MRP if you want, right? So that is a retail margin that you get in cash. Trade discount we discussed earlier. The PC price, the PC orders it himself, but he pays a higher price. But the differential is transferred to your bank account end of the start of the next week. It is approximately 8% of the PV, right? And trade discount is only for your own personal customers' orders. It is not applicable. So obviously, you won't get the trade discount for your downline's customers, for your team's customers. They will get it. You will get the trade discount for only your own personal customers. So in the earlier example that I gave, totally you get an income of around 7,650, which includes all these 3. Assuming the entire 300 points was done by customers. Right? So you can see that around 7,650 rupees they have made with the structure or the team that I have shown you earlier. Moving forward, customer sales incentive. So this is for people who are at these 2 levels, 0 and 3. Right? They have just started. In the other example I told you, right? They have done 100 points. In this, I've given a different example. You have 3 teams, right? A has done, not 3 teams, 3 customers. A has bought for 150 points. B has bought for 200. I'll talk about why this multiple invoices mentioned. And C has bought for 100. Right? So total turnover done by this person is 550, out of which 350 plus 100, 450 points is done by customers. Okay. Now, ideally, he will get only 3% because he is at 3% commission level. So all the personal commission, etc., as told earlier. But what Amway says is minimum. If your customers are buying something, minimum we will give you 5%. So 3% you already got as commissions. In this particular case, the remaining 2% we will give it to you as CSI, customer sales incentive, which is around 765 rupees. And this is only on purchases done by customers and not on your personal purchase. Your 100 points that you bought for yourself, it's not included in CSI. There are other conditions for CSI. Please note, 1, each invoice should be less than 200 points. Second, these customers have to buy it themselves, right? It cannot be a group order. They have to buy it themselves to their own registered addresses. Customers are not supposed to buy for someone else. So to get CSI, the customers have to buy it for themselves to their own registered address. And it has to be less than 200 points. I'll share a PDF with you with all the conditions I mentioned. who go through it at the end of this call and keep it with you. So that is CSA, customer sales incentive. Obviously, it is only for people who are at very new at 0 or 3%. Now, this is what makes it exciting. See, I have worked in multiple firms across the last 20 years, right? And it has never happened that my company has suddenly come up with saying that we are going to give you extra bonus this year. And that to 25% extra. So when we got started in this opportunity, this was not there, right? This is completely new. Company saying that we encourage you to create more turnover and we want you to build more teams. So obviously we are ready to share more percentage of profits. It's amazing. So BFI, so what does it mean? So what are the conditions for BFI? You have to be at 9% or above. That means you have your team points has to be 1,200 points or above. You have at least 3 teams at 3% or above. Minimum 3 teams which are at 200 PV or above. And this payment, BFI extra payment of 25% is only for 18 months once you start it. So let us say this month you avail BFI for the very first time, you get a maximum of 12 chances within the next 18 months to claim this 25% extra. And what do you get? You get 25% extra. So same 1,200 points, but this time you see I have divided it as all 3 teams have 200 points. They are 3% or above. And personal commission, now he has done 600, right? This is only 200, 200, 200. 600, he gets the entire 9% of it. Differential commission, as we calculated earlier, total commission comes to around 7,650 rupees. But because you have BFI, you suddenly see that you get 25% extra on the total commission. So you get 1,912 rupees extra because of BFI. And that is a reward for having 3 teams. So extremely important people to have at least focusing on 3 teams. That is why Sonam talked about DTMs. Extremely important to do. DTMs have at least 3 teams to 6 teams minimum. Right? Obviously, talk to your coaches, understand these things better, but there is money out there to claim. So this is for 18 months. Moving forward, that's not it. We get 30% extra commission. That's called BBI. What are the conditions for BBI? You are at 15% or above, which is 4,000 PV or above, points or above, team points. You have at least 3 teams now at 6% or above. And again, for BBI, there is an 18-month period. The moment you start claiming BBI, 18 months. And again, maximum of 12 payments. And what is the reward? You get 30% multiplier. So in this case, if you see 15%, 4,000 points, 3 teams at 600, 600, and let's say 1 team at 2,000. It just has to be above 6%. All the calculations done. You get a total commission of 29,580. But obviously, CSI is 0 because you are more than 6%. Your BFI, you're also eligible for BFI, right? Because they are above 3%. So your BFI itself comes to 7,395, 25% extra. Your BBI comes to 30% extra. So overall, you are making 45,000 rupees, which is 16,000 rupees extra because of BBI and BFI. Just imagine that this money or this turnover was created with just 2 teams and you don't get BFI and BBI. Money would have been much, much less. So a lot of money out there, claim it, understand this. BFI, BBI, 55% extra, which is more than 1.5 times the money that we made when we started with creating the same term. Huge thing. A lot of people don't know how the money is transferred, especially people are very new. Income is always transferred to a registered bank account. 5% TDS will be cut. Form 16 will be given. Right? I hope all of you know where the Form 16 is. On your logins, if you see TDS tax report, you see TDS tax report is all available to download. There might be a slight delay, right? But it will come for download. Right? So all this information is available on the website. PAN card, make sure when you sign up an ADS, please submit the PAN card. If PAN card is not submitted, the TDS will be higher. Plus, you obviously won't get a Form 16 because there's no PAN card, right? So you can't claim it later. All commissions and trade discounts are paid at the start of the next month. For the previous month's revenues, usually 5th to 8th. In between this, you will get this money. And all these calculations and amounts can be seen real time on the Core Plus incentive page. What is the Core Plus incentive page? You go to the website, again, Business Center. This is the Core Plus incentives. Click on this, you can see how much money you're making at this point of time. Obviously, it keeps changing, right? Last day and all, there will be significant changes. That's why it is important that you know how to calculate. It's extremely important that you know how to calculate, apart from the website showing it, especially when you have teams qualifying extra last day qualifications happen. The calculations will turn around a lot. So it's important that you please do play around the website so that you get all this information. Now, again, this was one question I had. Many of you might have it also because you're, Apple, pyramid, multi-level marketing, right? So can anyone on the chat answer this? Is it possible for me or for anyone to make more money than my sponsor? Can I have an yes or no? Is it possible? Or in your company, let me ask you a very simple question. In your company, I am a senior manager. Can I make more money than an associate director who I report? Is it possible to make more money than my associate director in my company? I hope the answer no is that yes, there's no way I can make more money. Even there is sales incentive also, there's no way I can make. But in a business opportunity, let us say I start a business 5 years later than someone else. Right? It need not be this business, any business for that matter. Right? For example, Jio is a very good example, right? Jio started after so many years after Vodafone or an Airtel started. Jio makes much more money now. That is the power of business. And similarly, because this is a business opportunity, when I start is irrelevant. I can make more money than anyone else. And it completely depends on me. So the answer to this question is I can make more money than anyone. You can make more money than your coaches. And your coaches would love it. And there are so many examples in Sam's organization also where there are people who are making much more money than them. Just I don't want to call it out, but over a period of time, if you've been in this opportunity, you will know all this. It's very transparent. So I'll give you one example. Please try out all this because when you see all this, it's very simple. But when you actually take a pen and paper and work out these maths, it is beautiful. Right? It's so beautiful. So I'm going to give you an example, one example which Sam taught me long, long back because this was a question that I asked Sam. Right? So this is an example that you see here. A is there obviously who started first. B has started under A. B has 3 teams. C has started. And if you see here, C is the one who's working hard. Right? C has 3 teams, each doing 1,200 points. C, along with that 3,600 plus his own 400, has done 4,000 PV, which means he is at 15%. B, obviously, C's turnover adds up to B, right? So 4,000 comes from there, 200 and 200 from here, 4,400, and his own personal 200, 4,600. And A, plus another 100 points. He's just buying products for himself. Maybe he has one customer, right? Not taking this opportunity seriously. So he's making 4,700. Now, I used to think, right? And I never even asked this question actually. Sam had to bring it out. So it was, for me, working in a company for so many years, it is unbelievable that someone, I can make more money than a person who has been in that company for 10, 15 years, who is my boss. Right? Just inconceivable. So I never asked this question, but Sam knew that people will just assume this. So that's why he explained this to me. And I said, no, Sam, A will make more money. What is the doubt? And I'm sure there are at least few people here who believe that no, A will make. But that's not the case. So obviously I have the commission schedule here. Now C's income is basically another way to calculate. We can do personal commission plus differential commission as we did earlier. Or another way to calculate C's commission is C and his team will get 15% of this 4,000. Right? The entire money that C and his entire organization will get is 15% of 4,000 PV. That is what I've done, 15 into 4,000 minus, for this organization, he has to give 9% of 1,200 For this organization, also 9% of 1,200. For this organization, 9% of 1,000. Right? So that is into 3. And you will see that C in this calculation without BFI, be nothing. Right? Simple. Just the commissions alone makes 26,940. If you include BFI, BBA, etc., it will be much, much more. Right? Much, much more. But just 26,940 rupees C's income. Same calculation for B. So B is at 15%, 4,600 minus 15% of 4,000 that was already given to C's organization, minus 3% of 200 given to this organization, minus 3% of 200 given to this organization. The remaining money is just 6,630 rupees. 1/4 of what C is making. The same calculation, if you do, A's income will come to just 1,275 rupees. When I saw this, I was like, wow, leave pyramid. There's only one pyramid, that is my office. There is no way I can make more money than my boss. This is beautiful. This is complete. C can go platinum before A and B can. Completely in C's head. Right? And do you see in my company, let us say through some sales incentive, whatever, let us say some loophole, I can make more money. Let us say. Will A and B be happy about it? Absolutely. But here, when C makes more money, A and B is very happy. I'll tell you why. If C's 4,000 points was not there, what would B's turnover be? Just 600 points. Actually, his income will go down because he won't get 15%. 600, he will just get 6%. So because of C, B's income actually is going up. A's income is actually going up a bit. So A and B are absolutely happy that C is successful. There is no politics here, right? So this actually opened my. I joined this opportunity. Yes, I wanted to understand more, but once I understood this, things are in my control, and there are so many people to help me. And there is a wonderful model out there, right? And turnover, like we learned today, turnover is not just the multiple ways to create turnover. Healthy weight loss is just one of them. Skincare, queen, mini. And apart from all this, please understand, we have those daily products. Right? Me and my team, me personally using today morning, see, I've already had my excess, right? I have had my protein powders, I had my supplements, I've had my skincare. I would have used 30, 40 PV already. Right? And I'm the biggest buyer of my own products. I'm in a business. It's common sensical. And I've asked all sorts of questions to my coaches. Right? I remember first time seeing Glister asking Sam, oh my God, Sam, this is too much. Right? It was, at that time, it was 100 rupees. So if you have those questions, do ask your coaches. Right? Then I understood this. If I continue to use that X brand instead of Glister, I might have saved maybe 20 rupees or 30 rupees every second month instead of making 3 lakhs per month. Just imagine. My mindset of an employee who started this opportunity was, oh, Glister is a little expensive. Let me try to save 30 rupees. But luckily I asked that. Because if I hadn't, on just to save those 30 rupees, I would have lost out on 3 lakhs per month. And I didn't know. So same thing, most people are starting this opportunity. I believe, I'm not saying I wasn't smart, I was smart. Right? Most people starting this opportunity comes from years of an educational background, working for someone else, consumer background. Very few of us have an Ambani as our father who will explain to us business. Right? So when you have questions, that is where your coaches are there. Ask them. Once you get that clarity, start understand that you are your biggest customer. Right? Now, apart from this, there's a lot of things I've told only till 21%. Please understand, where does this money come from? This is the money that usually goes for advertisements, for distribution channel, right? There's a huge amount of money out there, 40, 50%. You have just shared 21 plus maybe the credit note plus the MRP minus that. So very less money. Ruby, when we heard Devanjan talking about going Ruby, you get extra 2%. Instead of 21, you get 23%. If your total team points, not including your qualified, someone crosses 10,000, that is not included. Without including teams that are qualified, is about 20,000. It's itself at exactly 20,000 itself is around 34,000 rupees per month. Huge. It is where Ruby is wonderful. Not only the money, obviously, if you should have 3 lakhs usually, go 20,000 minimum. You have to have, right? And you are on the way to going abroad. And there are a lot of other bonuses. There is a leadership bonus, right? For every 10,000 PV team that you create, you make around 52,000 rupees every month, right? There is so many things. I don't want to confuse people too much with leadership bonus, depth bonus. I want to show you something, right? This is very exciting for anyone who's building this business. This is exciting. Apart from all these commissions that you get on a monthly basis, we have a 2-time cash incentive. First time you go platinum, sometimes people get confused. What is platinum? Right? Silver, that's the first level we talk about, apart from bronze, which is your 15%. When you go 10,000 points, team points for the first time, you're known as a silver. And when you do it for 3 times in a fiscal year is from September to August, you are known as a silver in the business. And when you do it for 6 times in a fiscal year, out of which 3 is consecutive, you are known as platinums. So platinum, the first time he achieves that level, he makes 1,50,000 rupees as an extra bonus. And the very next year he requalifies, which is obvious, they make another 1,50,000. Founders, the moment you add founders to any terminology or platinum, etc., it means every single month you're doing 10,000. So apart from making 1,50,000, you make 2,40,000 the year that you go founders platinum for the first time. And the next year, the very next year, you requalify, you get a bonus of 2,40,000. Sapphire is when you have 2 teams which are platinums. Right? When you are a sapphire, make 3 lakh bonus. Next year, you requalify sapphire, you get 3 lakhs. Right? Emerald, when you have 3 teams at platinum, 6.24 lakhs. I remember getting this money. It was awesome. Many people's full-time salary, you get in a 1-month check. Some it is. Again, they requalify 6 point. Founders Emerald 7.8, requalify 7.8. Diamond 9.75, you requalify, you get 9. And there is much more. Obviously, executive diamond, so much. So much of money is out there. Just have to learn how to generate turnover. Right? If you go to the website, sorry, I'll just close with this. If you go to the website, most of this information is available. Right? There is so much things available. If you go to the content library on the top, see this content library, right? There's a lot of information available here. You sort by oldest. And the first article that you see is what I explained today. You can download, you can share, right? If you download it, see every single thing that I explained today is available here. What are the different kinds of commissions that you can make? In fact, more information, depth bonus, all that information is available, right? Ruby commission, there are other commissions, diamond commission, customer sales incentive. These are the conditions of the customer sales incentive. Do go through it. BFI, BBI, there's one-time payment. You have other bonuses also. But any questions you have, do discuss with your coaches. It's important to understand the market. This very important. Not only to understand it yourself, to explain this to new people. Because everyone comes from that. Unfortunate it is. Right? Most people, they get their first job, they've never been to a bank also. Financial knowledge is actually a little low. It's so important to understand this. Because when you get sharp people, they want to understand the potential. They want to understand how I can make money from this opportunity.